Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us here on WAFB Plus. Welcome to 9 News Now. We put it up on a few different screens over here just to make sure, we'll drive home the name. We're seeing if it sticks, because if it doesn't stick, then we got to rebrand, and it's going to cost us a lot of money. By a lot of money, I don't even know what that means. It's like bumper stickers, maybe some billboards. I think we made T-shirts. I think there's a jacket floating around somewhere right now. So we're really trying to make sure 9 News Now sticks. So there you go, 9 News Now. Thanks for being with us again. Liz Coe, obviously not with us. I just want to make sure, not with us this morning. She will be back tomorrow. So even more reason to tune in tomorrow on WAFB Plus 9 News Now, and of course the morning show in general. But we'll step you through your Monday. A lot going on today. As you take a live look over downtown Baton Rouge right now, this is just on top of the tower cam, and you can see kind of the little deck of clouds over there. The lead story for a lot of folks, once again, is probably going to be the forecast. Let me actually give you a look here and what we're expecting. This is radar kind of beginning at the now and stepping you through the next number of hours. And yeah, it's playing out kind of like Sunday did, kind of like Saturday did, kind of like June did, May and April. Sorry about it, but this just seems to be the pattern we're stuck in. But here's the thing, we'll kind of take, if it doesn't lead to flooding, we'll kind of take it, right? Compared to what the Northwest is going through right now, the West Coast and their record scorching temperatures. Do you realize the entire, a record high temperature was set yesterday in Canada, for the entire country of Canada, in the history of history? Well, that we know of anyway. So that's what they're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Again, stepping you ahead, the timing on when those potential showers are going to be coming into our little part of the world. I get it. It's just a cycle. We just can't seem to get out of it, right? It is time to dry off. We just don't know when that is going to be. But keep that First Alert weather app handy. You'll be able to follow along minute by minute, hour by hour as all that stuff comes in. So weather going to be maybe the big headline maker. This as well, though. Ready for it? Bing. Yeah, this is kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Arguably, the most well-known, certainly over the last, 20, 30 years, baseball program in college, LSU baseball. And of course, I know I'm a bit biased, and I know where I'm originating this broadcast from, Baton Rouge, LSU right down the street. But it is one of the jewels in the crown, right? And LSU is set to announce a brand new head coach. There's only been a few of them, right? Since Skip, again, you had Smoke Laval, and then obviously Paul Maneri just retires, and now here comes Jay Johnson. This is a primo gig. Everybody knows it. It comes with ridiculously high expectations. And they announced the brand new head coach today. And actually, you could be a part of it. At 4 o'clock today over at Alex Box Stadium, you can get over there, again, beginning at 4 o'clock. And then at 4:30, what they're going to do is they're going to have play the press conference, the news conference, there on the big screen, so you can watch it in Alex Box Stadium up on the big screen. And then at about 5:15 or so, Coach Johnson himself going to step out into the stadium, into Alex Box, and a little bit of Q&A with the fans, with the voice of the Tigers as well, Chris Blair, but a little bit of Q&A with the brand new head coach. Again, that's about 5:15. If you can't make it out there, obviously we'll be out there for you. We'll give you some of the bigger takeaways coming up a little bit later on 9 News through our, of course, 9 Sports. But that's just one of the LSU headlines. Let me talk a little bit about this as well. Look, I'm an old sports guy. Okay, that's kind of how I got started in all this. I love it because you usually get to deal with men's and women's accomplishments, right? They're feel-good stories. That's a good story with the head coach. This is a great story as well. Did you happen to see what happened over the weekend at the U.S. Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon? Just some Tigers to Tokyo. That's all it is. Now, LSU had already qualified a few Tigers to make it to the Tokyo Olympics coming up, but then this as well. Talking about Mr. Jumps. I mean, what can't he do right now? So this happened again over the weekend. Javon Harrison, first, yesterday, wins the long jump, right? He's been doing this the whole year, knocking out the competition in the long jump. Then he was going to try and compete, or the high jump rather. Then he was going to try and compete in the long jump on the same day yesterday, but that competition got delayed because of the extreme heat we were just talking about. It's like 110 degrees in Eugene, Oregon yesterday. So they delayed it a little bit. He wasn't able to make that jump until late at night, probably while you were sleeping last night. Well, guess what? He won that one as well. So, hello, come on, Williams, figure it out. So, qualifies in 2 events, the long jump and the high jump. How rare is that, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. That has not happened for an American man to qualify in those 2 events for the same Olympics since 1912. The guy who did it, an absolute legend, probably goes on the Mount Rushmore of all-time athletes, Jim Thorpe. So when you talk about the company being held right now. Are you kidding? So congratulations, all those Tigers to Tokyo. Some for the USA team. Actually, you had one yesterday qualify for Team Jamaica as well. So a lot of fun, a lot of good right there going on for the LSU Tigers. Fun to start that way, talking about the accomplishments. There is, however, some other, of course, news to get to for you. Something else happening today that's going to probably grab a lot of attention because over the last couple weeks or so, and certainly over the past weekend, there has been a bit of tension over in Ascension Parish with the parish council, parish president Clint Quintmaw, and happening today, they're going to be meeting looking to remove the parish president, not from his president's seat. Obviously, that's not what they're talking about. They're looking to remove Clint Quintmaw from his seat on the drainage board, as actually the head of the drainage board, which comes with, when you get elected parish president there, that now comes with this position as well. They're looking to, the council is, remove Clint Quintmaw from that position and replace him with more like a CEO, someone they say or they believe would be more qualified to deal with the drainage issues. It's a bit of back and forth right now. We'll see what ends up happening. Not all the board members are in agreement that this is something that needs to happen, but obviously that is going to be the conversation that's taking place today. And dealing with Ascension Parish drainage has been the story in Ascension Parish for the last, well, since the May floods, right? And even before that, clean out the canals, drain the ditches, dig the ditches. So that has been a huge talker, and it will be again tonight. Again, it got a little heated, a little bit of back and forth recently, and so we'll see how these conversations go. A lot of eyes on it, including ours, so we'll be sure to bring that to you. Something else happening today as well. If you have a student, parents, going to public school in East Baton Rouge Parish, you may want to listen to Dr. Narcisse. He's actually speaking at Press Club today, so you may not be able to make it out there, but we will be there for you with eyes on it. Obviously, he was just hired earlier this year. Well, it came on in January, and so this is going to be his first full school year coming up. And so what he's going to be talking about today is kind of his outline for, I think, COVID protocols, lesson planning, what's in store there, just kind of his overall what to expect from all of us with kids in the district from someone like him, from his leadership, what to expect under his leadership. Again, that is happening today, a big conversation with Press Club, so we expect to hear from Dr. Narcisse. We'll be out there for you. We'll let you know, of course, what he has to say. Also happening today, I don't know if you saw this, I don't know if you were with us on 9 News this morning, a big thank you to all those out there who were a part of our Driving the Future campaign. The 11th year of this incredible campaign, and it's incredible because of you guys. You guys buy into this. You guys understand and see how important a facility like Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital is. You see how important it is to have that standalone facility, that place right in our own backyard that our kids can go to if and when the worst happens and we have to have that kind of facility. It's right there, and you helped put it there. And now with this Driving the Future campaign, you help sustain it. You help continue the legacy of that life-saving medical equipment there, and all the doctors and nurses, and just building a room and a hallway there that means so much because we don't have to travel anywhere else. We don't have to cross state lines for this kind of medical attention. You made it happen. And today, the 5 winners actually got to click the little key fob and figure out which one of those shiny silver Lexus they were going to be driving away from. So we were there this morning at Price LeBlanc. Thank you so much to the folks over there for being a part of this once again and making this happen, driving home the need for this. So it was a lot of fun this morning, seeing the smiling faces from them and understanding that the smiling faces will continue at that facility because of those $50 tickets that they and, of course, you were able to contribute. Better than $1 million raised. Better than $1 million raised. Again, that's going to go a long way to continuing the fight there, to continuing the effort. But it really was a lot of fun seeing them open the little box and pull out the key and click the key and see which one of those cars. I mean, they're all winners, right? It's all Lexus. They're all silver. It'll be fun to drive around for a little bit. So congratulations, and again, thank you to everybody who was a part of that. Okay, again, the head story, the lead story, probably going to be the forecast. I'll click on it one more time for you so you can kind of get an idea of the timing. Let's start over. This is now, the right about now. You can see it, New Orleans kind of maybe, potentially, and then right around that lunchtime, 2 to 3 to 4, that stuff kind of rolling through Baton Rouge. and maybe it cleans up by the evening hours, according to Dr. Steve, but that's the one to listen to if you kind of want to figure out in the morning what that forecast is going to be like. Speaking of Dr. Steve, follow me over here. WAFB Plus, which is where you're watching right now. I've got a number of shows on the Plus that just kind of designed to fill you in on what's going on, including, you don't have to go anywhere. It's what time is it? It's almost 9:30. So in about 30 minutes, this is about to happen. Cap's Corner. Steve Caparata, during the summer months, kind of does a little bit of edumacation and gets on there and speaks in a language that I can understand. He simplifies it, in other words, like overly simplifies it for somebody like me, but also for the kids out there. And so in today's lesson, it's really about weather satellites, what they do, you know, how many is up there, what their focus is, how we access them, how we use them to take a look at where we are right now in the world of weather, and then forecast. Well, that's kind of what the word is, right? Forecast the potential of what is to come. That's coming up. But also, he gets his daughters involved as well. A little Cap experiment, if you will. That's coming up in Cap's Corner today at 10 o'clock. Again, you don't have to go anywhere. You're where you are right now. That's where it's going to be. You can find us, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, of course, YouTube as well. Cap's Corner is going to be going to Facebook as well if you want to jump on over there. So a lot of different places that you can find all of this mess, and I mean that in the best of ways. No, actually I don't. Asian Nation. It's absolutely a mess. That's coming at you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Jacques Talk, 9 News investigators around the corner, Louisiana Weekend, all set up for you on WAFB Plus. Pretty easy way to find out what is going on whenever you need it. And if you don't catch the stuff live, you can always catch it on demand as well. It'll be right there waiting for you. That's all to come. Also to come, you can actually see Steve today on 9 News at noon on the mothership from the big studio. He's pulling some extra hours, but you can actually see Steve, and Scotty, I believe, is going to be there at noon as well. That's the very next from us. In between now and then, you can always find the very latest on your 9 News app and WAFB.com. Hopefully it's going to be a dry day where you are today. We're just kind of stuck in that pattern. It's going to be scattered for South Louisiana. We just got to get used to it. We know what this is. It would be nice to dry off. So hopefully you catch a little bit of that dry. Be safe, everybody. We'll see you at noon.